Hello. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the commencement ceremony for the Mercer Island High School class of 2023. My name is Ainsley McCarthy. I'm your ASB president, and tonight I have the honor of being the master of this ceremony. I want to be the first of many to say congratulations. In our celebration tonight, we want to recognize all of the hardworking students. This being said, please keep obsessive noise to a minimum so we can hear every name being read and keep the event running smoothly. Please silence your phones and be respectful to those around you. Without further ado, please welcome Justin Lee and Ryan C. to sing our national anthem.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets reckless, the bombs bursting still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the
Thank you so much, Justin and Ryan. Please help me in giving a warm welcome to our beloved principal, Nick Wolds.
I did not start that. I don't know where it began. That is not from me, just so everybody knows. Well, good evening, Islanders. I'd like to start by introducing our special guests who are on stage with us tonight. All of these educators play a pivotal role in supporting our graduates as they cross the finish line. When I call your name, please stand and be acknowledged. Dr. Fred Rundle, Superintendent, Mercer Island School District. David D'Souza, President of the Mercer Island School Board. Maggie Ty Tucker, Mercer Island School Board Director. Tam Din, Mercer Island School Board Director. Deborah Laurie, Mercer Island School Board Director. Andrew Howison, Mercer Island School Board Student Rep. Asha Warner, Mercer Island School Board Student Representative. Dr. Sue Ann Booby, Director of Special Services. Lisa Dean, Associate Principal, Mercer Island High School. Erica Hill, Associate Principal, Mercer Island High School. Now, graduates, while I know some of these positions have changed through the years, we know much of your foundation of learning came in your formative years. Here are our Mercer Island School District building leaders. Principal of West Mercer, Megan Isaacson. Principal of Island Park, John Wolmuth. Principal of Northwood, Julie Newcomer. Principal of Lake Ridge, Heidi Christensen. IMS co-principal, Mary Jo Budges. IMS co-principal, Aaron Miller. IMS associate principal, Weston Lucas. Now, we have an incredible school with the most incredible MIHS staff. All of our MIHS staff in attendance, please stand and be recognized. And graduates, let's hear you celebrate our educators. I would also like to acknowledge our MISD staff who are attending the ceremony this evening. If you're out in the crowd, please stand and be acknowledged. Thank you and welcome. Some special thank yous for this evening. First, Kristen Britnall, Erica Hill for planning tonight's event. And Amanda Bear for building tonight's program. Thank you all. I'd also like to thank Kyle Thompson, Jacob Krieger, and Parker Bixby, our music directors for tonight's event. Now, this has been a long day for our graduates, so we've had a number of staff members come to help chaperone. Mary Woodgate, Holly Purcell, Lindsay Gregg from our special services team, as well as many other chaperones who have been down here to ensure that tonight would be a success for all of our graduates. Thank you. Finally, I'd like to thank our PTSA for their generous donations to tonight's festivities, feeding all of our graduates as they were down here preparing all day long. Thank you, PTSA. Clearly tonight we come together as a large group of parents, families, friends, faculty, and staff to celebrate the graduating class of 2023. As I reflect on the ways that I will remember this class most, I'm reminded of the choice new words I have learned from them over the years. Explosive, descriptive words like something being fire or gas or lit. And as I shake my head in disbelief thinking about words that we use now, I vividly remember my high school days of using da bomb like it was going out of style. That trip down memory lane had me reflect and remember this very day as I was a high school senior. I sat in my seat just like all of you, smiling ear to ear, excited to be finally done, daydreaming about all that I had accomplished, looking forward to the all-night grad party, but one salient memory stuck out to me. I distinctly remember the person sitting next to me. My close friend had a last name near mine, and he began to cry during the ceremony. He ended up crying for almost the duration of the ceremony. You see, he was the first high school graduate in his family. And while I know that's not some of our reality, we know that many of our families are some of the most educated families that our state has to offer. But my close friend was overwhelmed with a sense of pride, a deep pride in all that he had accomplished, a feeling of hope of what was about to come next. And he knew that this day was the beginning of something special. And something special is exactly what the class of 2023 has been. A class that has done everything with a deep sense of joy. Joy for advocacy, joy for service, joy for learning, and an incredible amount of joy for MIHS spirit. So graduates, as you start this new chapter in your life, I challenge you all to take on each adverse situation with that same sense of joy. To find ways to get back to your roots and use joy as a weapon. To attack your challenges with vigor and excitement. Because regardless of the outcome, you will know that you did it the right way. So, on behalf of the Mercer Island School staff, we want to wish you the very best that life can bring you. Your accomplishments at MIHS are just the beginning. Thank you. Now at this time, I would like to invite Superintendent Dr. Fred Rundle and School Board President David D'Souza to the podium to accept the presentation of this class. Superintendent Rundle and Board President D'Souza, it is a pleasure to present to you the graduating class of 2023. Each student has satisfied the necessary state and district requirements to receive a diploma from Mercer Island High School and the Mercer Island School District. Do you accept and approve this class for graduation?
Mr. Wold, on behalf of the Mercer Island School District staff, the faculty, the school board, and the 25,000 residents of the Mercer Island community, it is our pleasure and distinct honor to accept tonight's slate of students as the official 2023 graduates from Mercer Island High School. The administrators, the faculty, the staff have had the absolute pleasure and honor to work alongside each one of you. And whether or not you joined us in kindergarten, perhaps preschool, or maybe even just this year, you have touched us as much as we hope we've touched you. And some of you as kindergartners, I've watched you grow up. I've gotten some great pictures today. Isaac, your mom sent me a great picture of you in kindergarten and me as your principal just today. And I look great, you look better. You've all aged me, but you kept me young. But I'm proud of you. I'm proud of the people that you've become, and I'm even more proud of who you will be tomorrow. So we absolutely accept you as our class of 2023. Best of luck.
Thank you so much. Wasn't that exciting? Please welcome Ella Wool and Winston Zhang to present the first third of our diplomas. All right, I'll start it. We get cards? Yeah, we do.
William Acker. Sadie Joyce Jensen. Marcus Stephen Abelholsen. Shady Lane Ellis Adelberg. Jonathan David Agger. Simran Albuquerque. Owen Alderman. Hisham Arouk. Brooke Taylor Andrews.
Sophia Rose Angel. Molly Elizabeth Atkinson. Alexander Walter Aylen. Sophia Azuka Azano. Samantha Nicole Banak. Jackson Robert Barker. Logan Hanson Batista. Catherine E. Becker.
Jack Beebe. Daniel Jonathan Bereza. Leo Michael Berkeley. Anna Jean Bertlin. Priya Banankar. Tyler Blumenthal. Samara Blumming. Orly Angela Burchette. Ronan Patrick Boyle.
Maya Elizabeth Brandt. Jackson Davis Brady. Clyde Wendell Brown. Riley William Bruner. Alexis Elizabeth Buchan. Abigail Boost Haverkamp. Cassidy Dell Bundy. Christopher James Burnside. Samuel Catacamo. Max Addison Carlson.
Vincent Catano. Nicholas Bao Chang. Ashley J. Chapin. Brandon Chu. Madison May Chu. And Sophia Ann Chu. Angelina Hein Choi. Sabrina Suzuki Chun.
James Wu Jae Chung. Alexander Nicholas Chavani. Victor Chupov. Cedric Oliver Van H. Classens. Maxwell Stephen Clark. Claude Stringfellow Cobbs. Carter Crossetto. Flora Michelle Cruzen. Austin Charles Cupic. Loan Dang. Ayar Isaac Danieli. Alvaro De Lucas Sacristan. Stephen Dirks. Gina DeCoon. Benjamin Doe. Noah Doe. Sally Dorr.
Adrian Marshall Dothager. Ying Fei Do. Definitely said that. Alexandre Tatum Dumont. Jonathan Dunn. Lars Richard Eid. Emily Rose Album. Catherine Elizabeth Evans. Brooks Wyatt Enge. Finnegan Paul Evanson. Hudson Wood Everden. Sophia Isabella Farouk. Jamie Feinstein. Casey Brooke Feldman.
Tanner Fiala. Theodore Freeman. Emerson Freeman.
Mia Elise Fisher.
Sophie Ray Fischel. Nicholas Russo Fuchs. Austin Takuma Fugate. Lucas Fuji. Shun Fanano. Margaret Elizabeth Gallagher. Lucas Michael Galvin. Bronwyn Besma Garoy. Jason Walker Gazda. Elliot Gear. Liam Joseph Gilmartin. Jake Isaac Glasser. Alexander Nicholas J. Godfroyd. Jeffrey Thomas Goffman.
Eric James Gorski. Brielle Catherine Gradick. Anouk Granmogen Sonreal. Ambrose Michael Greenleaf. Andrew William Greenbum. Catherine Emma Grove. Annika Montana Godmanson. Alessandra Guerrero Aviles. Miles Lee Gurney. Samantha Haw. Quinn Patrick Haba. Reese Sadie Hall. Kai Eugene Halverson. Yui Roth Halverson. Charlotte Hawkins. Yusin Hao. Colin McLaren Harlan. Julie Marie Harper. Beck Robert Harrison. Robert Harrington.
Aiden Michael Hart.
Talia Mimi Hartman.
Emmett Brown Hazenor. Alex John Henderson. John Vernon Hentz. Liam Luca Hilberts. Samuel Paris Hill. Noah Vu Huang.
Nina Michelle Hobson. Sarah Abigail Hochberg. Kelly Jinyang Hofer. Ronan Kai Holloway Lamb. Christopher Lewis Holton. Mark Ho. Edward Coy Hounsel. Hannah Howison. Nicholas Rabovsky. Grant Thompson Hubbard. Devin Thomas Hubble. Maxwell O'Brien Hughes.
Nathan Hume. Callum Iverson. Jordan Jacobson. Antonio Tianxiao Ji.
Hey, hey. Congratulations to the first third of the alphabet. Sit tight. Now we will be blessed with the wise words of the 11 valedictorians of the class of 2023. Please help me in welcoming Jillian Fang, Olivia Guo, Perry Holtzclaw, Emily Horton-King, Ryan C., Garrett League, Carson Schiller, Rachel Sen, Anna Jiu, and Alan Ying for their speech on meaningful numbers throughout high school.
Okay, sorry. There we go. Nope. Hello, everyone. Congratulations to the class of 2023. Thank you to all the parents, shout out mom and dad, the guardians, the teachers, and all the MISD staff that have made our path here possible. And here we are, graduating, venturing off into the great unknown as mostly capable adults. 12 years ago, we were graduating kindergarten. We had mastered the ABCs, maybe even moved on to reading some picture books. We were struggling to share, to remember to raise our hands, and to stay focused, things that we may or may not still be struggling with. And we learned to count. Look how far we've come, whether you just finished Algebra 2 or AP Calc BC. It's incredible how much can grow from something as simple as counting on our fingers. So today, we decided to go back to the basics and count down the meaningful numbers that have defined our years in the Mercer Island School District, starting with 10.
10, the number of valedictorians on the stage today. But what would a graduation speech be today without a mention of the unforgettable COVID-19 pandemic? 10th grade was when Zoom became our best friend. Although we were isolated, online school taught us to appreciate time spent with our loved ones, the importance of taking care of our mental well-being, and how to adapt when things change in the blink of an eye. We'll never take toilet paper for granted ever again. While we hope that there will never be another lockdown, the lessons that we learned from this one will help us persevere through anything life throws at us in the future.
Nine, our first year of high school. Leaving our fidget spinners at home and hopping on the bus, we awkwardly arrived at the high school, ready with our iPads, notebooks, kendamas, and hydro flasks. We marveled at the drink and snack bar, stressed over the sudden abundance of homework, and got lost in the maze of MIHS hallways. It's been a long time since we've been on the bottom of the totem pole, but in a few short months, we'll find ourselves there once again. We have a lot to learn, and we look forward to cringing at our current selves senior year of college as much as we wince at our freshman year selves today. It means we've grown a lot.
8 a.m., the hour at which each school day begins. That is, assuming you woke up when your alarm rang, you could find your computer quickly, your sister wasn't taking forever to get ready, and you were lucky enough to snag a spot in C-Lot. And we can't also forget all of our favorite things that we ate. countless pasta Mondays, chocolate chip cookies, and for a tragically brief time, the smoothie and sandwich bar. These daily and shared experiences shaped our collective identity as high school students, creating a sense of familiarity and camaraderie within our school's community. This collective identity will soon become cherished memories as we embark on a new path, a future in which we will encounter and embrace new experiences that contribute to the formation of a brand new identity.
Seven is the amount of years we spent together as a whole class of 2023. Middle school was the first time we came together as all of us, rather than split amongst our rivaling elementary schools. Go West Mercer Wolves. Here in this class, we've met the people that are going to be our lifelong friends. On a particularly bad day, they were there to cheer us up. They helped us study and finish projects for school, and they made everything 10,000 times more fun. No matter what you do or where you go, cherish the friends you've made. Remember the first kisses, the first times driving a car, and even the first crash. Whether successes or failures, these moments we spent together are the ones that influence who we are today.
6, the number of classes in the school day, unless you were part of the intense crowd that signed up for 7. From performing at UW football games with the band, to mastering stone-cold derivatives with Miss Yoder. From maxing out Zoom settings to get a word in during modern world history discussions, to performing the Odyssey with drama. The classes we take reflect who we are and who we want to be. Some of us are STEM kids who doubled up in science. Others are future CEOs in marketing or aspiring columnists in journalism. Looking back on the time at MIHS, I hope we can all see a course where the subject became more than just a class, but a passion, a hobby, or an aspiring career. Now we are all heading off into a time of exploration. I hope that each and every one of us will find constant inspiration, because those are the moments we will best remember.
Five is the number of counselors at MIHS. But unless your name starts from A to D, you know there have been a couple more. Regardless of how recently they've come to MI, our counselors have worked extremely hard to support us, from running Counselor of the Day to pulling us out of class to make sure we fulfill our grad requirements. It is because of people like our counselors, that is, people who look out for us and make sure we're doing well, that we have been able to thrive. From parents to teachers to mentors to friends, lifting others up and supporting them in their journeys is a legacy we will carry into the next chapter of our lives. Thank you for teaching us everything we know.
4 years of high school clubs and athletics. Whether these started as college app boosts or genuine explorations of your passions, our clubs and sports are where we found families and discovered new connections. Some of us committed to 2-hour practices 6 days a week and reaped the benefits. There we learned perseverance. Others debated with our DECA project mate for hours before finally reaching agreement. There we learned compromise. And when we watched our athletics teams crush at state and saw our clubs soar past the competition at nationals, we learned that hard work pays off. No matter what you were involved in, these extracurriculars created lasting memories and helped us learn valuable lessons that will carry with us into our futures.
Three is the number of seasons we spend in school. Fall brings the familiar hallways of MIHS, 1,000 syllabi, and a pile of, we're already behind schedules. We unite behind football, band, drill, and cheer at games, and get decked out in spirit wear. Winter brings very little snow, but we do get a couple snow days anyways. And finally, spring. This spring has probably been the most eventful one. Prom, no water, a passion project in literally every single class. And finally, as our 3rd season of senior year comes to an end, our high school career does too. Our next seasons will be entirely new. Whether in 6 feet of snow Boston or hotter than ever SoCal, the seasons ahead will bring us to new places and experiences. We'll make mistakes, meet new people, and discover new traditions. Our high school achievements are not simply the culmination of 4 years, but the stepping stones towards our future filled with infinite possibilities.
Two, it all happened far too fast and came far too soon. To all the underclassmen out there watching your older siblings graduate, cherish the whirlwind of a ride that is high school, because graduation came far faster than any of us could have imagined it to. 1, in about 1 hour, we will officially be Mercer Island High School alum. We are so incredibly proud of what every one of you has accomplished over these last 4 years at MIHS. Without a doubt, it will be difficult saying goodbye to all of our peers with whom we have been able to grow, succeed, and fail with. Make sure to cherish every last moment you have with one another. Today we counted down from 10, reminiscing on the numbers that have defined our childhood years. But remember, our journeys have just begun. I urge you to continue discovering those meaningful numbers and to make every moment count. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for your incredible efforts in the high school. They haven't gone unnoticed. I can't wait to see what you will accomplish in the future. Up next, we have a song from our very own Ryan C. Please help me welcome me back to the stage to sing his song, Tides and Horizons. Thank you. That was amazing, Ryan. Please help me in welcoming Josie Barber and Lainey Wyan to present the second third of our graduates.
I'm Josie Barber. And I'm Lainey Wyan. Should I go on the thing? Davis Anthony Johnson. Tyler Ronald Jones. Brooks Benedict Kasai. Alina Grace Kapinos. Sanam Bibi Karami. Azad Khan. Tessa Yina Kim. Addison Taylor King. Nolan James Knievel. Cohen James Colby. Benjamin Paladin Kolpa. Sruthi Conero. Alti Hong Koskinen. Mikolas Korvaskas. Matthew Thomas Kresick. Luca Laban. Aisha Layla Lamoudi. Ava Lamb. Connor Andrew Lamb. Tyler Allen Langley. Joshua Stephen Linktree. Nathan Lau. Samuel Milton Leahy. Aaron Alp Lee. Angeline Lee. Annabelle Ari Lee. Marin Lee. Samantha Michelle Lee. Mila Rose Skensley. Jason Ma Lau. Christopher Joy Lin. Tong Lin. Evan Liu. Coco Liu. Jolie Summer Lauren. Mia Lynn Labosco. Gabriella Lumaco. Samir Al-Nurser Lumba. Henry Luo. Lindsay Thompson Moss. Callie Jean Maybe. Gil Patrick McDonald. John Mangino. Ajay Manhas. Jaya Manhas. Damon Hudson Marcoux. Nadia Marcoux. Susanna Maisie Martin. Josephine Marty McAuliffe. Karina Rose McSwiney. Milo B. Mecha Miller. Cora Meredith. Rutha G. Mersha. Victoria Kate Mikulik. Christopher Clark Mock. Samantha Moeller. James David Monahan. Lauren Bridget Monahan. Mackenzie Ann Monin. Cassie Montgomery. Ryan Morgan. Lindsay Claire Moeffler. Ben Donald Morosky. Lucy Victoria Myers. Edgar Tomoyoshi Nakamura. Kiana Nazrabadi. Callum Eric Neer. Braden Richard Netz. Kaylee Grant Newcomer. Maxwell Luke Umsiripoon. Aaliyah Wynn. Ariana Wynn. William Wynn. Noel Niederman. Iman Nurani. Derek Nordale. Catherine Teresa Nordstrom. Elizabeth Maria Norris. Nicholas Kwan Novak. Sophia Michelle Novak. Ren Novak. Maple O'Callaghan. Barry Sai O'Young. Layla Mohammed Obidat. Hannah Isabel Oda. Ellie Rose Ort. Ainsley Reese Orbement. Evan Taylor Ott. Matthew John Pangalo. Isaac Joseph Parmenter. Catherine Peterson. Noah Perlman. Torger McCarthy Peterson. Piper Ellen Elizabeth Picorni. Madison Ellen Pollock. Sophia June Porter. Bryson Tyler Powell. How do you say it? Potterus. Layla Celeste Potherus Childs. Sophia Chapin Proc. Alan Ren Hong Kyu. Emmett James Ralston. Caleb Tayson Rawson. Armstrong Mercury Reed. Michael Rich. Carver Richards. Caitlin Marie Riley. Ava Christine Ring. Devin George Ringer. Berkeley Rose Robbins. Nina Lane Robinson. Kieran Thomas Rogers. Maggie Lee Rojas. Molly Francis Rojas. Sophia Mayung Rosales. Lila Saloranta. Georgia Gabrielle Samuels. Sydney Isabella Sandwith. Ella Marie Shops. Leander Valentine Schatz. Robert Joseph Selden. Rohan Sandhar. Mia Shi. Mia Shanafelt.
Wow. We are 2/3 of the way through. Up next, please help me in welcoming some dear friends of mine, Mustafa Aga and Andrew Howison, as our student speakers tonight.
Proud parents, guardians, tired educators, relieved administrators, bored siblings, and my beautiful classmates. Thank you for trusting Mustafa and I for representing the Mercer Island High School class of 2023. This year, as many of you know, I was one of the students that did the announcements in the morning and ended the announcements with a joke of the day, accompanied by my trademark, Brying laughter. Since this is the last time I have the class here, I thought I should do the last ever Islander joke of the day. What happened when two seniors were sent to the detention for making some horrible puns? They were punished. I had a tough crowd in here because I thought no one was going to laugh, but you guys did, so thank you. Mustafa and I wanted to create the biggest, greatest speech ever, and we thought about the biggest moments to include. As we sat down to write, we kept asking ourselves, what makes a big moment a big moment? As we turn our tassels and become graduates, it is just a small action that will take less than 20 seconds. That's just a little moment, but with big waves.
After moving across the world to a coast I had never stepped foot on, Andrew was the first friend I made on the first day of 5th grade. Trust me when I say, 8 years ago, there's no way I would have believed the ripple effects that would lead us here now. But before we talk about the now, let's talk about how we got here. I promise you, the planning for this speech was intensive and well thought out, with a variety of settings in which this came to life. Starting from the powerhouse that is the North End Starbucks, to sitting on the van on the way to an eventful prom, and finally the start of an intense grad party season, where Facebook finally found its sole purpose for our generation. During these discussions, we began a journey where we revisited the little moments, starting from the feeling of an endless playhouse at 5th grade Islandwood, which for a lot of us was our first real getaway with friends, to the common struggle of parking at our beloved school ground. We have been brought together by both the irritating and the enjoyable, but nonetheless iconic adventures. That's how we feel about everything we've experienced.
Middle school has taught us that it's okay to have a couple off years. To no fault of our amazing teachers and administrators, we were just very awkward. Finally, high school came with new freedoms. The freedom of everyone who happened to have a family emergency after winter break, and the freedom of not having one bathroom pass per trimester. We, as a class, could not have done any of this without our parents, grandparents, guardians, friends, teachers, coaches, mentors, and for some of us, ChatGPT. They have shaped and molded us into the people who are kind, genuine, and care for others. When we think back to how our mentors have impacted us, it was the small words of encouragement and the stern talking to when we know we did something wrong that have shaped us into the humans we are today. Jane and Lily, two of our amazing lunch ladies, say hello and ask us how our day is each time we're in the lunch line. It only takes 30 seconds, but that conversation changes the rest of our days. As you go out into the world, remember that often than not, the 30-second conversation you have with someone can ripple and grow throughout your future communities. I know that we'll go out into the world asking the hard questions and supporting what we believe is right. So hold strong to your values and don't forget the butterfly effect. Your actions, especially the small ones, matter much more than what you give them credit for. But do the big things too. Go out and set goals. Create new passions, but most of all, keep going when it gets tough and step up and lead because it's your job. Each of you have shown us that in the right setting, with the right people, you can do incredible things. It isn't easy, but you shouldn't settle for anything less.
Life, I believe, does not have one end goal or one end game. It is but a series of moments. And it is how we choose to appreciate these moments and adventures that shape our worldview and our happiness. It's not always the necessary landmarks of life that seem to loom so large. It's the tiny moments which make us a little bit bigger and quite a bit more courageous about the unknown, about what lies ahead. We notice the small but significant moments, from the way your friend places trust in you, to getting right back up after falling headfirst over a hurdle, physical or mental. Quite often, those moments will leave an invisible mark that cannot be washed away. 8 years ago, I moved here from Pakistan, the new kid at West Mercer, searching for a school and friends to call my own. For me, my time on Mercer Island ends as it began, with Andrew Howson by my side. As I move on to new adventures, I know that I can come home to my community that supports and loves me, something I know we all share. Regardless of where I will live in the future, Mercer Island will always be my home. As we leave the comfort of this society and venture into another, we must remember that the end of one era marks the beginning of another. There is a sea of supportive Islanders around us, and I think it's going to work out just fine. Andrew and I are proud and honored to be your senior speakers and classmates for the Mercer Island class of 2023.
Thank you, and go MI!
Thank you so much for your wise words, Andrew and Mustafa. Lots of love to you both. Now, on to the presentation of the final third of graduates. Help me in welcoming Kaylee Ceccatelli and Gracie Hennessy to the podium.
I'm Kaylee Ceccatelli. And I'm Gracie Hennessy. Ellie Shee.
Matthew Edward Shield.
Jacob Raphael Shrieky.
Jillian Isabel Siegel.
Samantha Marie Silky.
Miles Silverman.
Evan Nicholas Smith.
Matthew Ritchie Smith.
Spencer Dean Smith.
Kristen Anna Smoots.
Eric Young So.
Alyssa Spahia.
Kevin Spire.
Noah Starrett.
Eliana Caitlin Stone.
Grayson Peter Stipelkowski.
Samantha Lee Sula.
Charlotte Rose Sullivan.
Taya Marika Sullivan.
Madeline Sung.
Heather Sutkiss.
Lucas Michael Sweeney.
Samuel James Sweeney.
Luke Scott Swerland.
Levi Sitman.
Stella Saphir.
Mason Burns Silko.
Alana Celine Tatagui.
Tina Tajik. Jiao Tang.
Carmen Taylor.
Jackson Glenn Tay.
Cole Robert Thomas.
David William Thomas.
Madeline Celine Thompson.
Zane Alexander Tice.
Mark Jacob Tinder.
Ashley Torres.
May Tran.
Sophia Gloria Tubach.
Andrew Stephen Umbahooker.
Chase William Urban.
Kala Helen Vandahar Johnson.
Ethan Vuong.
Harrison Wang.
Honor Sky Warburg.
Mason Michael Ward.
Liam Caden Watson.
William Edward Watson.
Adrian Elizabeth Way.
Alexis May Weaver.
Alexandra Sylvia Weil. Abigail Janae Weiss.
Samantha Helen Weiss.
Charles Cutter Wardell.
John Richard Wardell.
Lindsay Whelan.
Jacob Alexander Wiener.
Willow Walensky.
Pia Willow Wilkinson.
Emma Rose Williams.
Julia Michelle Wilson.
Eric Wininski.
Alexandra Jacqueline Wynn.
Jordan Anya Wiseman.
AJ Wolf.
Haley Wolishin.
Charlotte Memory Wood.
Haley Shu.
Aaron Yang.
Andy Yang.
Simona Yaroslavsky.
Catherine Yeh.
Matthew Young.
Audrey L. Yont.
Melissa Yu.
Max Bernard Yusefnia.
Reza Zahidi.
David Zachariah.
Ishan Saveri.
Julia Anna Francisca Zenden.
Tiffany Zhang.
Caitlin Zong.
Cecilia Zhu.
Thank you so much, Gracie and Kaylee. I would now like to welcome up the last set of our graduates. Mara Grace Hennessy.
Kaylee Ann Cecatelli.
Justin Lee.
Ryan C.
Winston Zhang.
Ella Wohl.
Lainey Wyan.
Josephine Ann Barber.
Jillian Fang.
Olivia Guo.
Perry Holtzlaw.
Emily Linda Horton King.
Alan Ying.
Garrett Henry Lang Lee.
Carson Schiller.
Rachel Vivian Sen.
Anna Shia.
Miles Jonathan Avilés.
Sarah Can.
Jameson Keenan Drayton.
Matt Williamson.
David Avery Garden.
Mariella Niederkorn.
Mustafa Mehdi Aga. Ainsley McCarthy.
Andrew Robert Howison.
It's almost now finally set in that we are graduates. Please help me in giving a warm welcome to our staff speaker, the brilliant John Stafford, for some advice to the class of 2023.
Welcome, students, parents, staff, with special recognition of the 2023 class advisor, Chris Twombly. I'm a teacher of U.S. history, comparative government, microeconomics, and macroeconomics at Mercer Island High School. It is certainly a privilege to be able to speak to students at the graduation of the Mercer Island High School class of 2023. Congratulations to every one of you on graduating in very, very difficult times. The subject of my talk this evening will be a more expansive view of education. And my talk has an underlying theme: not follow your passion, not keep striving for success, not make sure you enjoy your life, although these all certainly have their place, but rather consider your responsibility. There will be three components to my talk. First, our societal challenges. Okay. Second, a more expansive view of education. And third, personal fulfillment. I will address each individually and then integrate them. All right. Okay. Our societal challenges. As a student and teacher of history, I argue that there have been four pivotal times in our nation's history: the American Revolution, the Civil War, World War II, and now. We confront a myriad of pressing challenges. I will note 12. This isn't going exactly as I anticipated, okay? The very stability of our democracy, the rise of China and the opportunities and challenges that this presents, the war in Ukraine, our climate change crisis, persistent inflation, exorbitant income inequality, homelessness crisis, the fentanyl crisis, significant issues with racial justice, immigration with its opportunities and challenges, and the emergence of artificial intelligence and robotics, and the concerning rise in censorship and book banning, an amazing set of challenges. As a graduating student, a critical question becomes, how should you consider these challenges? A sister of mine once told me, "You are responsible for everything that you are aware of." I agree, and I believe that this applies to our times. Importantly, these challenges will not solve themselves, but will rather require the prolonged effort of talented students and citizens. And certainly you should be amongst those talented citizens becoming involved in addressing these challenges. To cite Hillel the Elder, if not you, then who? If not now, then when? And indeed, many of you are already involved. I have a student making children's books accessible in 101 different languages via social media apps. Two of my students went to the southern border last year to provide services to immigrants. I have a rower going to college in Texas to pursue an education in climate change. Another student interested in sorting out the issues of labor in the era of remote work, AI, and robotics. And another student who's taking 11 AP exams in order to become a career diplomat. Naturally, it is also important to acknowledge that there are many, many ways for contributing to our society. Many of you will go on to work. Some of you will pursue vocational careers. Some of you will be musicians, artists, authors. Some of you will pursue a gap year. Many of you will go to college, etc. And all of this variety is wonderful and to be celebrated. And within this diversity, societal responsibility should certainly be a central focus. Consider your responsibility. An expanded view of education. As students, you generally excel at doing what is necessary to achieve good GPAs, organizing your schedules, completing your assignments, monitoring your grades, etc. And all of this is good. But I will suggest there is much more to your education than this. Too many of us aren't focused on making the material our own, truly understanding it, grappling with its implications. For example, we all know that we have a problem with inflation, but are we aware that when the Federal Reserve raises interest rates to combat inflation, this can serve to export our inflation problem to developing nations? Examples abound. And when students do grapple with their material and make this transition to a more expanded view of their education, it can be powerful. I had a student several years ago came to me at the end of the school year in the Commons. She was crying, not merely because she did well in my class, which she did, but because she had come to see her education in a different and compelling light. And this is why I teach. I know that you can complete tasks, and that's great. But I strive to challenge you to truly understand and appreciate the meanings and the implications of your material. My objective today is certainly not to criticize you, but rather to encourage you to adopt an expanded view of your education, an expanded view of your abilities, and an expanded view of your lives. There are huge benefits to seeing education in this more expanded manner. It is fulfilling. Seeing education not as a stepping stone or a means to an end, but rather as critical to understanding your world and enabling you to make contributions to it. Seeing your education as relevant, urgent, mandatory for addressing our shared challenges. In short, there is all upside and no downside to adopting an expanded view of your education. I will now integrate the three thoughts. I've discussed three things: our massive societal challenges, an expanded view of education, and personal fulfillment. I will now suggest that these are highly interrelated. As one sees their life in the context of playing a role in dealing with society's challenges, it leads to an appreciation of the need to see one's education in a more expanded manner, and this in turn is exciting and fulfilling. I will close with two thoughts. First, in light of these comments and observations, I hope to encourage each of you to spend some time in a coffee shop this summer. Yep, that phrase is known by about, I don't know, perhaps 10% of you. That's good. But just thinking about your futures, thinking about how you will approach your future education, and thinking about how your efforts will contribute to our society. Consider your responsibility. Consider pursuing an expanded view of your education, and in so doing, hopefully, you will find personal fulfillment. Finally, I want to again congratulate every one of you on your graduation and to wish you very well. Those are my thoughts. Thank you very much.
We're almost done. Now to the coolest part, the turning of the tassels. Please welcome the salutatorians of the class of 2023. Miles Alves, Rhoda Byrne, Jameson Drayton, David Garton, Sarah Can, Mariella Niederkorn, and Matthew Williamson to the podium.
I would like to say that I do have a stutter, so actually, if I make weird faces, don't worry, this is not a seizure. So I'm okay. On behalf of all the salutatorians, on the count of 3, we will all move our tassels from the right side to the left to signify our graduation. Congrats, class of 2023. One, 2, 3.
All right, it's time for our last performance of the night. Please help me in welcoming the last performance of the MIHS band to perform Moving Magic. Thank you so much to the MIHS band. That was awesome. It's almost so surreal to think that we're now Mercer Island High School alum. In the words of Elle Woods, we did it. I wish you all the best to whatever path you're taking, and I hope it's filled with love and happiness. Look around and take a mental picture. This will close out this chapter of your life. Speaking of pictures, you now have an opportunity to meet with your friends and family in the lobby. If you have registered for the senior party, please be prepared and changed and checked in no later than 9:40. Thank you all for the past 4 years and for the incredible celebration of our class. That's all for today, Islanders. Have a great day, a great summer, a great life, and go MI!